All right, sound check, mic check. All right, so everything's good. YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're gonna talk about the new ban list that came out for Ocg. Now, typically, I don't really like to tackle Ocg or TCG that much, but since the ban list is involved, and usually Master will take some of the cards from the Ocg ban list, so sometime in the near future, we'll have some of these cards added into Master Duel as either unlimited, limited, or forbidden. So let's see if this would be somewhat relevant. Now, I won't be going into a card by card. Like, oh, we have the Catapult Turtle, and this would be like, and okay, how will this affect Master Duel? So OCG is a different format, TCG is a different format. Regardless, let's check out the cards. So in our Forbidden section, we have here Catapult Turtle. Now, this card is basically for an OTK. As you might see here, if you summon another copy of this on the field, sacrifice one monster, which has an enormous attack, you can just wipe your opponent with the life points. So this Forbidden in Master Duel, I think this would be irrelevant because it's rare that you'll find this type of OTK in the game. So yeah, that's Catapult Turtle. Then we have here Kaiser Colosseum. Now, I do agree that Kaiser Colosseum needs to be banned, but we still have Skill Drain, summon limit, there can only be one, and so much more. Also, Macrocosmos is on 3 copies, so, but you know, silver lining, at least we'll have one floodgate down for the take. So that's your forbidden list, basically. Not really that impactful if ever that would be implemented in Master Duel. For the limited section, this would be somewhat interesting though. So we have here Perform Mage, Flush Fire, which was very prominent during the time of the Pepe decks. This on 1 copy now would actually be a little bit more significant because you can run the Pepe decks again. The main issue here is, will it be that impactful if you're going to do the combo? Not really sure. That's one of the uses for Flush Fire. Then we have the Magispector Unicorn Kirin. Now, I've seen some combos with this card, and it's just basically a really good card to just bounce off one monster on your opponent's side. Having to sacrifice or, you know, bounce back another card from your Pendulum Zone, which is not really a big deal, of course, but, you know, a really strong card effect, and this might be really useful for some other decks other than Magispector. So, maybe Pendulum Magicians, I would say. So, this is a really good card if ever this will be added in the Master Duel in the near future. Then we have here Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. First and foremost, people are just running 1 copy of this in Master Duel, so I'm not sure if you'll, like, run multiple copies of this. But yeah, having the effect to dump 1 card from your deck to the graveyard is a really strong effect. But yeah, people are already running 1 copy of this in the game. SP Little Knight, so the new card or the newly OP card that they replaced for Nightmare Unicorn. So this on 1 copy is irrelevant, I would say, other than Rescue Ace for Master Duel, because I think Rescue Ace runs 2 copies of this, and that's basically rare. Majority of the decks that run SP Little Knight, they usually just run 1 copy, so I'm not sure about this, if this would be somewhat impactful in some other games. And even 1 copy on Rescue Ace, it's still really good. We have Snake Eye Ash next. We already got 1 copy of Ash in our June ban list, so yeah, we got this already. Then we have the number 40 Gimmick Puppet. So this was really useful with the Gimmick Puppet support that came alongside during the Infinite Forbidden. If this limited to 1 in Master Duel that early, would signify that we'll get the Gimmick Puppet supports. Even so, I think getting into the advanced ban list is okay, I guess, but no, not really impactful. Then we have the Sangen Summoning. So this is basically on the Tenpai Dragons. So having to access one Tenpai Dragon from your deck and add it to your hand is a really strong effect. And I think that's one of the craziest, or this is one of the craziest cards for the Tenpai Dragon. So this limited to 1 may, you know, lessen the consistency of the deck in dealing on OTK during that turn. But yeah, that's just Tenpai Dragons, and maybe we'll get this one in the near future, maybe a couple of months from now. Summon Limit, we already got this one though. I'm not sure if this is going to be impactful, like I said. So if ever you're just going to add this one in the ban list, might just as well just going to add this in the Forbidden section. Otherwise, there's no point in putting this one here in the Limited section. Semi-limited, we have here the Dragon Rulers to 2 copies. So I think they're slowly increasing the number of Dragon Rulers. Before on 1 copy, they're just relevant enough for a specific attribute. I think more on with the Tempest, they are really good with the Armed Dragon archetype. But majority, or in hindsight, I think Konami are just giving us a hint that Hopefully in the near future we'll have 3 copies of this, and then Dragon Rulers will be like a playable deck again. But let's see, of course. With the current meta nowadays, I think it's gonna be like a little bit hard. Then we have there's the Quick Fix. Quick Fix I think is already on 3 copies on Master Duel, so no effect with the current meta, doesn't really apply to anything else other than the Spiral monsters if ever this is gonna be implemented, so no harm done with the meta. Bonfire though is practically a really good card for the Pyro decks nowadays, especially with the upcoming Centurions. So maybe this will be a really good hint in the next month or in the couple of months. But yeah, Bonfire is a really good hit if ever that would be the case. This on 2 copies would lessen some consistency with some other Pyro decks, especially Snake Eyes, Fire Kings, and in the near future Centurions. And I think I placed this one in semi-limited before in my prediction ban list, but let's see, we'll just do that one in the later future. Now for the unlimited section, we have here the Glow Up Bulb, which is a really good card for 60 card pile decks, once per duel. There we go. So that'll be a crazy effect though. But you know, having to summon an additional monster on the field and having to dump an additional card to the graveyard is just insanely good. But yeah, we'll see. If ever this will be implemented in Master Duel, this will be a really strong card. But yeah, you are nonetheless, so I'm not sure about this. Next up, we have the IB, the World Chalice Justiciar. So this is on unlimited copies. So this is gonna be crazy though. So there is a 1-card starter with, or a 1-card combo with the IB, and it can summon a copy of Borreload, IP, and a Baron the Floor on the field. Plus, I think 1 other World Chalice monster. Regardless, those 3 cards alone is a really impactful card on the field. So this on 3 copies. You just basically need 1 copy of this, and this is practically an SR that you can just craft. So this is going to be insane if ever this is going to be added back to the game for Master Duel. There are going to be a ton of combo decks for this one, and I think you can just use 1 World Chalice normal monster as a tuner if ever that monster is not a tuner. This is also a level 5 tuner, which has generic fodders for its summoning, so that's really cool. Then we have Colossus. Now, Colossus, in a sense, on the field is a really good floodgatey card. I don't see the fact that adding 2 more copies of this in the deck would, you know, win you the game. 2 copies, though, it would be significant enough because it will stop some other playstyles, and it's easy enough to summon to the field for Thunder Dragons. OP as it is, it's easy enough to remove. With the current format nowadays of Master Duel, Rescue Ace, Fire Kings, and even Snake Eyes, especially Snake Eyes, that they have Subversion, they can just place this one on the back row and then nothing else can happen afterwards. As long as you don't pop the card, it can easily be countered. So I'm not sure this on 3 copies would be impactful in the game, although the additional copy would be significant enough. We have here Orpheus Scorpio. We already got 3 copies of this, so irrelevant. And then Time Seal. First and foremost, ACG already has 1 copy of this way back. I'm not sure if this is going to be relevant enough once it's going to be coming back to Master Duel, so yes, sorry, I'm not sure about this. So far, in hindsight, the ban list for the OCG has impactful cards in some other decks, cards that we don't have at the moment. But Bonfire would be significant enough if ever this would be semi-limited, I would say. And then unlimited for the Thunder Dragon Colossus, the IB, and the Glow Up Bulb. The rest are practically irrelevant if ever this is going to be implemented in Master Duel. But anyways, tell me your thoughts with regards to the OCG ban list and how this will affect the Master Duel game in the near future. That's it for today. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.